Hi everyone, welcome back. It's planner setup time again. I've got 2 weekses here and I'm going to set up at least one of them today, and I think it's going to be this one. It's my health journal. This one I don't have a solid plan on yet. I think it's just going to be a fun planner, which seems a bit silly I suppose, but I like to have one that I can just play around in this particular orientation, but also I have a couple of ideas for what I might use it for if it wasn't just for fun. So we're going to set up this one. This is the Plate of Treats, I think it's called, the collaboration with Tokyo National Museum. You can see I have it in its cover on cover already. I really loved this cover when I saw it. Let me just take these things out so I can show you the whole thing in its glory. So it's a beautiful illustration painting, and they've made it into this lovely cover. So this is going to be I've been calling it a health journal, but I'm going to start calling it a wellness journal. I don't know, it's all the same thing to me. So very excited to dive into this one. This one is in Japanese. The Aristocats one I did get in English, so I haven't had obviously an English one before, and I've done 3 setups already, and this is the 4th, so I haven't done any English setups yet, so let's see if we get there eventually. I have with me these 2 books because this was my health journal in 2022, and this is something that's flipped through on my channel already. It worked really well for me until it didn't. I gave up in September, as you can see. You know, when I think the problem was I started to think about 2023 and how I wanted to move to a week's, and I kind of just fell off the wagon, which is terrible, but you know, these things sometimes happen. So this one will be retiring, and this one. So this is my weeks for this year. I had it in this Minamo cover with my little pin here from Point Blank Co Stationery. Love this. Actually, I'll take it out soon and transfer some things across to the new planner. But obviously I'm not going to use anything until 2023. I'm not moving into my weeks early. I think I like to just keep it this year as the full year contained. So this was the pink cover, and I have the Desenka cover on there, which is very, very cute. This little Hello Paper cat magnetic paper clip, and then inside were these cute, adorable things. I think I'm going to take some of these with me to the next planner, and then what I used this planner for was just writing. All I've done is write in here, and we've talked about this on my channel before. I'm going to convert this to my 5-year journal next year, because what I found I was doing was writing in this journal and then writing in the 5-year journal, and I really did not enjoy doubling up. So I won't be using a week's for normal journaling next year. I'll be using the 5-year for that. Alright, so that's a little description of what I was doing. So let's set this one up for health and wellness. The cover on cover has the little pocket in the back. The weeks comes with the sticky pocket. This one came with this little plate of confectionery, I should say, not plate of treats. This little card that tells you about the artist and the collaboration with the National Museum. So I got this page keeper, which I always like to put in the back of my book to keep it closed if I'm not putting it in a cover. And then I've got these, because it's related to health and wellness, I'm kind of putting things in there that are food and movement or lack thereof, recharging, those kinds of things I thought could go in here. I always sort of think I'm going to keep it minimal because I might take this with me to the doctor, but I don't care. This is who I am. I've got this pocket here from May Paper Co. I've got these little seals that I thought were adorable. We've got these Game Boys from Hello Paper Cat. I've got the yearly index kit from Bon Boutique, which I've used in the last 2 planners that I've set up. And then I have these gorgeous tabs from Sakura Mochi Design Co. These are new to her shop relatively, and I've never used them before, so I'm very keen to try them out. They're transparent but pink, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying these out. The paper feels amazing. It's like a textured matte. I don't know. I think they feel awesome. So I might leave the tabs till last, and also all the deco. Well, not all the deco, but I think what I'll do first is this yearly index, but also I grabbed this Year at a Glance for the weeks from Josephine Bow Designs. In fact, I got 2, a pink one and a rainbow one. I've used the rainbow one in my other 2 setups, and I've also got the pink one here for the weeks as well. So I think, you know, I've got this pink here. Maybe the rainbow will go well with the Aristocats, although everything in here is kind of going to be rainbow anyway. But yeah, I think that's what I'll do, because I've used... Oh, hang on, I've got one more. I also, because I wasn't sure how many I had. Okay, I've got 3 and I only need 2. So I forgot about this Shine Sticker Studio one, which is super cute. I think he'll go in my Aristocats actually, because it kind of, I like how the green kind of matches that cover nicely. So I'm just going to slip that in there. I really want to use it now, but because I love it's a vinyl kind of one rather than paper stickers. But okay, I think I'm going to go the pink because that matches, and then I've got a spare rainbow one there. Alright, let's get started with... Okay, first of all, could this be any more perfectly matching? I think that's fabulous. Okay, so I'll do these 3 things first, I think. Okay, so I'll come back and do the deco here later. I think I'll start by just getting all the stickers in, just to get me warmed up. If you've seen my last 2 videos, I have made a bit of a mistake on both of them, so it feels a bit silly, but these things happen. I'm just going to put that on just to try to hold that page down. It's not staying flat just now, but it will get there as time goes on. So we've got 2022, 23 and 24. We've got this year's covers, we've got next year's covers and last year's covers, and we've got the notes cover for the bottom here. So I'm just going to dive in. I think I'll just move left to right across the planner, and what I've learnt is to just unstick these things just a little bit so that you can, if you need to, peel them back off the paper again. I do tend to like to turn the page around as well, just so I can get a good line up. And I'll be able to see if I'm crooked, which I am. Okay, so there's 23, and I think what I'll just do now is go and put all of these month covers in. Now this just has a flat base. It's kiss cut around the actual, it's kiss cut around the edge, but it has a flat base and a flat top, and that flat base just matches up perfectly with that line that sits below the Japanese characters there. So I'm just going to pop all these in and we'll be right back. Okay, so there we have 2023 sorted. I think it looks pretty cute, just adds a nice bit of colour to the page and really makes those months stand out. So I'll go and put 2022 down as well. Yesterday when I did this for my A6, when I placed this down, I was really off center, but I think the weeks one is actually made to be just the right length to cover those that printing at the top there. So I think this one works really well. And I'll do the 2024 while I'm here as well. And then it's exactly the same thing. These are much smaller to fit on here. But again, I'm just going to line that up with the line below the characters, and it should all match up perfectly. I've got my tweezers. These are from Luscious Labels. They really do make all the difference when trying to place these kind of tiny things, and you know, when you're trying to line them up with something specific and want it to kind of look the same all across. So very helpful. Okay, so there's the full 3 years mapped out, and all I've got left on this page is this notes sticker, which just goes at the bottom of the page here. I feel like it's bigger than the writing all around. Yes, it is. So as long as I center it, we should be okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, I think that's pretty cute. Okay, let's turn the page to this index. Might just work that back a bit. See if we can get that fairly flat. I'm going to pin it down, but I don't really want to. Okay, so this one has two 2023 tabs. I guess I could put one on each side. On this A6 there were 4 pages of these, so we didn't, you know, we just had one per spread, but looks like I've got 2, so I'm just going to use them both. And then we have the months of the year, as well as these covers for the days. So let's dive in. Oh, it's a strip. That's fantastic. The last one was individuals, so very happy for it to be a strip. Have a little spot for that little box at the beginning. I just lay that across there. Beautiful. And then the second half of the year as well. And then we have our covers. So for January, so from previous experience, I would really recommend that you do this very carefully. Make sure that you've got the right month with the right month. And yeah, maybe just don't stick it down super hard at first until you're absolutely sure that you've got it in the right spot. Because if you go back and watch my everyday planner setup video, you'll see me have a huge disaster. But anyway, I know that that one is in the right spot. So for January, they give you the number and the day, like SMT. But for February through June, they just give you the day cover. So you can just go here, covering those kanji. And then they give you for July as well, since it's a fresh page. So I'm just going to go place all these in, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, that sheet is empty. And we have our yearly index set up. I think this is probably going to mostly be used for, I reckon, like cycle tracking and maybe some other symptomy things like headaches and those sorts of things, you know. I think that's what I'll use this for. I want to be a little more mindful of stuff like that. And while I do record it in the actual words in the planner, that's hard to then, you know, find. So I think a tracker section at the front to do that will be handy. Alright, so now we're into the monthlies, and probably just going to use this for appointments, most likely. So the planner section itself won't be used for appointments. I'll use it for actually writing. I'll show you what I'm going to be writing. But if I want to look at appointments and, you know, future planning appointments, I'll put those in here. So let's add the tabs. I've been a bit controversial with my tabs, and I'm adding it before the page. So if I put January on here, my plan is to find January and turn January, so that here is the first week of January. I think that's what I'm going to do again. So let's try these tabs out. They, as I said, are from Sakura Mochi Design Co. I'm a PRT member for Sakura Mochi Design Co. So you can use my discount code to get 15% off your order. Alright, so I think I can just line this up with the edge. And I'm going to do it at the top of the box. It's quite nerve-wracking adding tabs, I've got to say. I love how they turn out, but it can be quite nerve-wracking to place them down, especially when you're doing it on camera too, because you can't really get your head in there properly. I would normally have this much closer to me if I was doing it, you know, off camera. So I'm assuming that they're all going to fit across the top there. They are 1.5 centimeters, which is 18 centimeters in total. Which will go off the edge of the page. Okay, so that means that the tabs need to be right to the end, because I think this book is exactly 18 or 18 and a half maybe. Yeah, that's exactly 18 centimeters from top to bottom. So I do remember now her saying that, so that it will fill the entire side of the planner. So now I just have to make sure each one lines up. So here is the 1st of Feb. So I want to put it on the previous page, and I need to line it up exactly with January. So you can see they are pretty close. 1st of March is here. Okay, I've got January through May, so I think I'm just going to fold those over, because I don't want them to stick to themselves or the next page. So the best way I've found is to turn your planner upside down so you can get a good handle on it, is to, there's a little indent there, so I just try to turn to bend the tab at that break. I often find it's good to bend it backwards first, just to make a crease, and then when you bend it forward, just press in with your thumb on the sticker first rather than on the page, just to make it stick to itself. It can be a little tricky. I'm actually having more trouble today than I normally do. Just kind of make it stick to itself before I stick to the page, but that maybe didn't work. I mean, it's worked perfectly, but the plan is a bit different for these particular stickers. So you see these are all stuck down here now, which is what I was, which is why I've decided to stick down these ones straight away, because I'm going to damage them. So let's try that again. I think it's best now if I just move this onto the other page so that I can get a good handle on it. And then when I turn it, luckily the Weeks has that edge there of the line. So I'm actually just lining that up, turning it, lining it up with that edge. Make sure both ends line up. And then crease. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I'm going to do that with all of these. Another thing to do is just check that you haven't got two pages. The pages are so thin that sometimes you can have two where you thought you had one, and then you end up sticking things together. And these tabs, I think, are pretty sticky. I'm not sure I'd be able to separate them if I mess up, so I'm going to try my best not to mess up. Beautiful. Oh, they do look great, I have to say. Very happy with them. April. Okay, so there's our January through May. Looking pretty cute. February's a teeny bit crooked, but it's bespoke. I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these, and I will report back once done. See you soon. Okay, so here we go. January through December. You can see there's a bit of overlap between November and December. Bit of a gap between July and August, between May and June, between March and April. So if I'd shuffled those along properly, spend a bit more time, it would have been okay, but I didn't, so it is what it is. Let's just have a look at the matching pinkness that we have here. It's just very pretty little aesthetic, isn't it? Pink and pink. I do love the lavendery pink. So some of these I didn't really press down properly with my tweezers, so I'll just give them a little zhuzh. Now what I love about these tabs is that they're plasticky, so they're much more sturdy than paper tabs. They have, I don't know what the paper is, I should ask Mina what that paper is, but they definitely have a more sturdy feel than the standard paper ones. So, okay, what's next? Okay, so next up, let's do some deco. I've pulled these Coffee Monsters co-washies. We've got the affirmations, the bread, the seasons, the sleepy time, the rainbow emojis, and the self-care ones. I thought they went pretty well with the whole wellness self-care kind of planner. So there's those, and then I've got all of this stuff as well. So I might take it out of the cover on cover for the moment, just because I may want to put some stuff on this side. I do love a blank slate here, but I do also want to cover it with some bits and pieces. So washi dash is the first option. And then also these vinyls are also an option. I mean, I could simply just put them all on here. So that is definitely an option. Oh, it's a tough decision. Of course it doesn't matter, but I really, you know, it has to be something that makes you happy to open the book. So that's why I love to do these kinds of things on here. I think I'll definitely do a washi dash on this side. And I think I'll definitely be using Potato Lover. Like, that's my favourite one. I think I'll just do this as a washi dash. So simply just layering them up here. Let's see if I've got one too many. Well, that's pretty close, but I think we'll remove one, which is probably going to be the emojis because it's a skinny one. Then the rest I think will fit. So we'll save the emojis for last. And then in the order, I think I'll do the seasons, the sleepy time, self-care, bread, and then affirmations at the top. I think that's my plan. And I'm going to do this, quite simply. I'm going to have to put that upside down so that I can just pull them in the order that I want them. Just a simple one. I'm not going to go diagonal or anything. I'm simply going to do vertical stripes. I'll just come away from the spine just a little bit. I'm going to line them up with those O's of the Hobonichi word. Okay, that's the first one. Next we have the super cute sleepy time. Oh, I just adore this. Plus it's rainbow as well, so it's just the cutest. Okay, now's our self-care one. This is super cute. Oh my goodness, they're adorable. Okay, so then the cafe time one. Oh, I love this one. I think it's probably my favorite. Oh, that's a big call, isn't it? Okay, so the affirmations, it's got to go on top, but actually I think there's room for these guys underneath. So let me just see. I'll just lay that there, just gently. And I think this one will just fit, but it'll go over the edge of that like end paper lining. So I think I won't. I think I'll save these for something else. And I'll just pop this one on. Got a little bit of space left over at the top there, but that's okay. You know what? I have this super skinny one. I think it will do the trick. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty close, I think. I could maybe have just started a little bit lower, but it's okay. I'm not bothered. It actually reaches just to the top there on this side. So I might be slightly off center on the other side. I'll just have a look in a sec. Okay, there it is. Look at those gorgeous little emojis. They're so cute. And the cover on cover will be on there, so that'll protect a fair bit of it. It'll just be these bottom two that sort of stick out, but pretty happy with that. Okay, so many options here. I think I definitely want the potato lover. I'm not sure about this. I mean, I love it, but I'm not sure I want it here. The other one that I really like is this Stay Magical. I think it's very pretty. I think that kind of goes nicely together. And then, do I want to add some of these guys, like just scattered throughout the page? That's an option as well. Yeah, okay, let's try that. I'm going to stick with these two. And I'm just going to tear some of these. And I kind of just want to lay them across the top here and hang them off the page, and I'll cut them off obviously. Okay, so I just have those on there, and then I can add my potato lover at the top there and my Stay Magical at the bottom here. I reckon I just need a couple more of those washi strips. Okay, I think I'm happy, and I'm going to commit to actually sticking these down. Usually I would just double-sided tape them, but I think they'll come up anyway. So I just want to center this guy, sort of, as best I can. So that would be about there. And then this Stay Magical one is from Marshmallow Studio. And we will also center this one. Just wonder if I should move these. Okay, I just had one more strip to the bottom there. And now I'll add this guy. You know what? I just need one more again. Oh, it's never ending. I just feel like I might need one here just to fill that space a little better. Okay, I promise that's the last one. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's center you as best we can. 1, 2, 3, 4 O's. 1, 2, 3, 4 O's. Okay, there we go. Super happy. That is so much fun. So much fun. Look how vibrant that all is. Loving it. Okay, so I haven't used my sticky pocket, which I never really use for anything, what's the word, functional. It's usually just something decorative, so I may pop it in somewhere in here, but I thought I might on this page have put in some of those others that I wasn't able to use, some of those other stickers. I could put this pocket here, but I think I'm going to leave it. I don't think I need it. I like the seals for this page. I think that's quite cute, but these are Happy Mail related, so actually they belong in a different planner, so I will put them to the side. And maybe this guy lives here. I feel like he should be at the bottom of the page because he's got that flat bottom. Maybe this guy could go up here. They're so bloody cute. Or else the couch potato could sit here. And then maybe just the lemon at the top there. That could be cute. I don't know. I feel like just one thing makes me happy on here, not three. So maybe just the couch potato. I don't really want to cover up the weeks. So maybe just the bite me. And then maybe also some strips of this affirmation washi. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So I'll try and do this straight. I always come back to washi, no matter what. Washi's just the best, right? It just makes you happy. So I just want to make sure with these, I'm only getting the one that goes with it. So I think I'm probably limited to the same width for each one, unless I go like just 3 now. Oh, just 2 I should say. Because the words go after the emoji. So it would be like that with the I am loved. So they'd be the same width. Alright, this is what we're going to do. We'll just do all of them. It's a fairly long repeat for this one. So this one, because it has I am beautiful, which I've already got, I think I will chop it off here at the I am unique. And then we'll have one of each. Alright, that's pretty cute. And now I wonder if I should use the lemon since it's yellow to match. And maybe that just sits there. And then maybe we can use our recharge one. It's so hard to decide. But I've spent so many years just not using any of these that I really want to, for once, just use them. Because, you know, tell me if you like me, but I save them, which means I never see them because they're saved somewhere. It's just silly. I don't understand why I'm like this. I'm going to put something behind that. I always, you know, I just prefer to have something behind things if I can. Okay, so not sure where my camera cut out then, but I've just layered this Simply Gilded Archer and Olive gold foiled star washi over and over itself in different angles. I love this look. I think it really just adds a little something, and it's so much gold foil that it really, you know, sparkles. So I just like to do that to have a little layer for behind things sometimes. So I'm going to put this recharge sticker. I think I'll just put it sort of in the center. Just make sure all that washi is down. Alright, that's pretty cute. And then do I want something on this side as well, just to add a little extra? Or alternatively, I've got this little washi graveyard over here on this side. What I've been doing in all my planners, yep, I'm going to do it, is just collecting offcuts of washi so that I can create a little washi page in my planner. That'll be a permanent washi page with all the cute little washies that I've used in this particular planner. Sorry if I'm sounding like a broken record if you've watched my other setup videos. So I'll just do this and I'll be right back. Okay, so there we go. I'll just finish it off with a bit of this sparkly one that we also used. And you know, the idea for me anyway, you can do this however you like, but the idea for me is to fill all the white space so there's none left and I'm just left with a completely covered washi page. Looks like I'm going to do this in every planner that I have this year, so I'm keen to see how it turns out. Alright, so we have absolutely bright and colourful. We go into our pinks here. We probably need a little affirmation or two on this page as well. Let's just put this across the bottom. I wasn't going to buy this affirmation washi. I thought, not sure that's really for me. But I just love it. And the yellow kind of goes really nicely in this planner, I think. That looks really good. Okay, I'm just playing. This is so much fun. So, December, not going to use. I'm already a few days in and I'm going to miss it. So, I might do something fun with this spread later. I'm going to leave it for the moment, but let's do a quick January setup. So this planner can end up however it wants to. Like, I'm not going to restrict it to just Coffee Monsters Co. or whatever. I'm going to cover it in all sorts of things. So let's see what I can use for January. I'm going to keep my tracking in this section, so I don't need to track down here. It might be good to have some notes at the bottom maybe. I'm not sure because, like I said, most of my notes are going to be in here. I think this is really going to be for appointments, like doctor's appointments or whatever, blood testy things, you know, those kind of things. I think that's what will stick in here. So for now, I'm not going to worry about the bottom. I'm going to cover it up with something cute. I have my Sakura Mochi Design Co. washies as well, so I think these might be handy for this spread this time round. Let's see, I'm not sure yet. I have this boba tea one from Trish at Hobby Hoppers, one of my faves, and I also have this just gorgeous stamp washi from Bloomsicle. I really love this and I want to use some of this in this spread. That's the full, what's the word? Repeat. So I'm going to just take that whole repeat. I think I want to start with this one. So it starts on a Sunday, January, so I've got all these spaces to fill if I wanted to. That washi, that stamp washi fits pretty well in terms of the height. It's just a bit too wide for each box, but let's make it work. So I've got a couple of vertical ones here, so I want to take those out and use those actually as verticals. I think I'll sacrifice it. Don't watch if you're too scared to see this fishy cut in half. I'll sacrifice it for the washi page. And since it's the start of the repeat, I'll just grab another one in case I want to use it as well. Now these are silver foiled. I do have the exact same washi in rose gold foil, which in hindsight I could have used because I'm using this, but I'm okay with it. I thought I'd grab my Sailor Moon one. Oh, this is December. I need to move to January. I thought I'd put my Sailor Moon one up here in the corner. And then let's grab our Pocky and put it here on the day before January 1st. And do I want to try and fit this cat one? Just think I might snip it so I kind of carry it across to the other box. And maybe we'll even finish it off with this one as well. And then I can put this down at this end to finish off the month as well. Okay, so they're pretty cute, and then I will add something across the bottom here. I kind of like the boba tea idea, but you know what, now I've got this silver foil, I'm not going to. I've got these guys which are silver. This one has a pinky tinge, which I think will be good for this spread. So let me see. Yeah, I can stack these too high, so let's do that. I'll chop this off here. These are the Sanrio chibis. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. And I can only fit that many, so I cut off with the yellow one. All I know is this is some of the cutest washi I've ever seen. She's drawn these herself. And again, you can use my discount code for 15% off. Everything will be in the description box, so if you're interested, head on down. There's no commission or anything involved. It's just I love Mina's shop. I've been one of her PR people for a very long time now. Every time it comes around for a renewal, I just dive in again because I just think she's fabulous. I love her, and yeah, always happy to support shops that I really love. Oh look, so cute. Okay, so all that's left is this side here and the word January, which I'd like to pop in. So we've got lots of silver happening. Maybe a simple grid. I've got these here. Maybe this would be good actually. Just simply gilded washi. It kind of brings in that same color as the Sakura Mochi one. And then I can just layer a date, a month over the top. Okay, I'm just going to highlight each day of the month at the top there, just to give it a bit of color. And now we need to choose a month stamp, month sticker. I've got all my months in the back of this TN here. Here's January, and I have a silver hollow, so I think we might just use that one. And it can just sit over here on top of this beautiful washi. Alright, a little over the top, probably more than I'd expected to do here, but super cute, happy with it. That's January 2023 set up and ready to go. So I'm going to leave the rest of the months. I think I'll do them as time goes on. You know, I might change up how I want to do things. Maybe I do want to record it, information on the monthly section outside of appointments. Not quite sure. But the planner does start on the 28th of November, which has passed. I think today's the 4th of December. I am going to actually leave all these blank because I want to actually start on the 1st of January, which I have a February sticker on. I'm always going to make a mistake in this book, aren't I? Okay, so January and February are actually December and January, like a numpty. But that's okay, I will just have to remember that. So yes, this is a very long February. Instead of being 28 days, it's about 60 days. So cool. Yep, planner number 3, mistake number 3. So that's awesome. You can count on me. Okay, so I'm going to leave the setup there, I think, because I will just decorate as the time comes. But if we just go to January 1st, which is here, this Sunday, even though it says February, this will be the first day that I start recording in here. Maybe I'll start on the 26th. So I'll just show you my plan for this. I have this little sticker album from Sakura Mochi Design Co. And in here I have weather, sleep, move, food, meds, hydrate, and me time. And those are the things that I will be putting in this book. So in my A6, when I was recording in there, I would have a sticker for each of those, and you know, I'd have a whole page to a day to a page, if you like. I don't have that in here, of course, so I'll be having to just figure out how I'm going to do that in here. So I could have little trackers off to the side here, and you know, just chuck a sleep one, a sleep sticker, and then have my sleep schedule for the week. So Monday through Sunday, and then the hours that I've slept. And then on this side, I'll be writing about what that was like, and writing about the food and the mood and all that kind of stuff. So I wonder if I should just try to set up the first week in the planner. Okay, let's do that. So, a bit terrified. I just need to think of how much sleep. So if I went 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, it's pretty unlikely to get more than 8 hours sleep, I'd say. Less than 4 is possible, but I can always just write the number if it's different. Let's see, maybe I'll give myself an extra one. So if I was to Sunday, Saturday, Friday. It's always slightly terrifying to start, isn't it? So maybe I'll even use a ruler. Okay, so there's my little sleep tracker. I don't know why I'm so terrified. And I'm going to use this little emoji here. And I'll just write sleep. There we go. So we've got a little sleep tracker for the whole week. Now, I could use this for the food section and just write down very simply what I had each day. But let me look at my old book. I'll just show you how I used to do this. I mean, I did it in a couple of different ways. So, you know, sleep, movement, meds, food, hydration, and me time. So if I want to talk about hydration, then that could also be a tracker, I suppose. You could say, you know, this, that you had this much, or you know, enough or not enough. Sometimes I wrote very minimal because I was in a hurry. So, you know, often the idea of using a tracker is actually quite handy. I like the weather perhaps in these squares here. Alright, let's do hydration. I'm just thinking we could make it an actual tracker and do, we'll say water, which means did you have enough water? We'll say coffee, which means did you have too much coffee? And we say alcohol, perhaps. Did you drink alcohol that day? Is that enough for hydration? I think that's enough. I'm going to try it for this first week and see what happens. Okay, so I've just freehanded the lines within the box. I did draw the outside of the box with the ruler, but I've kept the inside just freehand. I'm really not going to use a ruler in real life. It's just not going to happen. I'm not that organised. So, yeah, that's how it's going to be. I don't know if this will stick. I will see how I go. I might end up just writing everything, not recording anything over here at all. But for now, I think that's cool. I will keep it like that. I might throw one of these guys across the bottom. I think this one has a straight edge on this side, so I'll embrace that. And then I'll do the same on the other side, I guess. I'm going to keep the calendar I do find the calendars can be helpful for a quick reference. Okay, simple, minimal. Happy with that. What I think I'll do is, let's see, blue and pink. I'm just going to mark December in pink, and then I'll put January in blue just to see the difference in the 2 months there. They were Tombows 761 and 491. Probably should remember that myself, actually. Not sure. I guess the other one is movement. We've got our 3 rings on my Apple Watch. I could be tracking, I suppose. So it'll be a 3-2-1 kind of situation, wouldn't it? So let's see. Let's try. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I think I'll go back to a graphy one because I don't want to do those boxes. That's just annoying. So it's going to be either 3 rings, 2 rings, or 1 ring. And it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And again, I'm just going to freehand the lines, which is probably a huge mistake, but anyway. Oh, I think I'll use this cute little sneaker from Marshmallow Studio. Okay. Look, I think they're pretty cute, and I love that they're quite functional. I just am not convinced I'll actually do it, you know, because I'm a bit slack. I mean, I'll fill it out, no problem, but I'm just not sure if next week, you know, I'll go to the trouble of drawing all those graphs again. I'm not really, I don't know, maybe you can keep me accountable and I could do it with you. I could do it on camera each week, but I just feel I'm not sure if that's going to really work for me. Just being honest, but I have a lot of planners I want to keep up with. I have a very, very time-consuming full-time job, and yeah, I just don't see me really being excited about drawing up graphs each week. It's the reason I eventually moved away from bullet journaling in the past, is because I just didn't have the time each week to draw up everything. I enjoyed it, like it was quite nice and fun. But yeah, just the effort involved in drawing everything up each week was just too much. So I don't think that's going to happen, but look, you never know. We'll see how functional it is for me, right? It might be just exactly what I need. We can only try, right? So what I've done here, just in case I didn't say, I've put a 6 for at least 6 glasses of water. I know we're supposed to have 8, but I can barely get through 2. So 6 is a huge stretch for me. I've put 2 coffees. If I have more than 2 coffees, then I can't mark the spot. So I need to hit 6 to mark this one. I need to be less than 2 or less to hit this one, and I need to be 0 to hit that one. The sleep, I'll just record the number of hours, and movement will be 1, 2, or 3 rings closed on my Apple Watch. So that means I have to remember to wear my Apple Watch, which I don't always remember. But I'm better now than I used to be, for sure. Okay, so there is the small matter of the bookmarks. I'm not a fan, I've got to say. I'm going to leave them in. I was just about to cut them off, but that's so permanent. I will leave them in for now. The reason I haven't liked them in the past is because I've been in that cover, that Manamo cover, and they get stuck in the zip. It just annoys me intensely. So I'm not going to be in that cover now, am I? I'm going to be in just my cover on cover only. Controversial, I know, but stay tuned. I might have a cover on the way. And if you've been following me on Instagram, then you may know which cover that is. Actually, I've hinted on my stories. It was a pretty what's the word? Subtle hint. I don't know if everyone would get it, but anyway, there is one coming, a cover coming. I'm hopeful that it arrives before I go on holidays, but I don't think it will because it hasn't left the US yet. Okay, so we're in our cover on cover. love this book. And let's just zoom us out a little. One thing we haven't done is anything in the back here. I've got to put my pen in. I am using the Uni 1 pen, and it is my favourite pen, sort of. I think it is. I've got a couple of favourites actually. I've never used this pen loop before. It's brand new cover on cover. I've got a couple of favourite pens, but this is the one that seems to work nicely in the weeks. So that's probably what I'm going to use for 2023. And also while I'm here, in this back pocket, I always put my little page lifter, page keeper in here so that when the book is closed, I can keep it closed. I love the yellow. It goes quite nicely. The only thing is whether I want to deco this page, but I think I don't. I think the front end is pretty decoed, and it's possible that this will be stuck inside of a cover soon anyway, so it will be covered up. So I'm going to leave it for now. I haven't put in things like this, which makes me sad in a way because it's so cute. But remember, this spread I might do some vision boardy kind of thing, or just a sticker spread. I like the idea of a sticker spread, and maybe that'll be one of them that I do. And also we have the notes section in the back, so that's the other thing I haven't talked about yet. So let's do that actually. I did mean to. I always forget the notes section. I don't really use it a lot in the weeks. No, I lie. I actually do use it a lot, but I don't use it for sort of routine things. I just gotta use it for whatever. Okay, I've been looking for these index tabs, so I just want to use one of these to mark my notes section. And I'll mark this front page of the notes section because I'll turn to the next page if you like. So these are little index clips from Midori. So I'm going to put him on here because I'm going to come to this page and I want to be able to see how cute this guy is. Of course, I wouldn't mind putting some washi down first, she says, after taking it off the backing. I might do the same as I did before and just put some layers of this guy up down. Okay, so this time around, what I want to use this section for is my doctor's appointments. So I want to take notes in doctor's appointments because often I forget. Like, they tell me stuff and I understand it, you know, I get it, and then I can't remember later on what they said. So, oh my goodness, he's adorable. So I'll have that in there. And I don't know if I'll really use this subject section, so I'm not going to put anything else on it for now. I'm just looking for these emojis. I want to just put them across the bottom. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll actually use this as an index, but I guess if anything, if I do have a specific page where I've stuck something, maybe, then I can reference it on the index page. But for now, I don't really care about what's on there. I might cover this with some kind of inspirational stuff at some point, and then that's it. We're back to December there. In the back, of course, we have these pages that I probably won't be using. Like I've said before, I've got an English weeks, and I think that's the one where I'll capture you know, the stuff in the back. So I reckon we might be there. This might be a completed, for now, setup. Things might change slightly when I add the cover to it, but for now I think I'm good. I've put in what I need to. I've got things all over my desk that could go in here, like at the back, because this is blank, I could pop this in. I've got my flower shop and my playlist and my bakery. Like, those are all kind of related to wellness and stuff. Flowers make me happy, so I order them pretty regularly. I go to the bakery a lot, and music makes me happy. So those kind of things could go in the back here. But like I said, for now I think I'm going to leave it because I'm not really 100% sure until the new year really starts and I get to dive in and start using it properly. Okay, so there we go. That's my setup for my wellness journal for 2023. Looking forward to being able to throw this in my handbag, record my notes at doctor's appointments or whatever, also to track all the things, and therefore have that with me when I go see them if I need to talk about anything in particular. So keeping an eye on things like me time and that sort of stuff is also important. One thing I didn't mention, if I just go to today, my bookmark's coming in handy, isn't it? The first spread, I will use the rest of these stickers, so I haven't used weather, food, meds or me time, so I think I'll just scatter those about. Maybe the weather I'll actually record, but things like food, I suspect what I'll do here is just grab a sticker like this one from My Little Puffy, and I'll just pop it somewhere here, and it doesn't have to mean that I'll be writing about food there. It just means that that's what this book is about, you know. So I've also got some like meds emojis, and then for me time, I mean, these are adorable. I can pop it here, for example. So they don't mean anything specifically, whereas in my old book I would have, you know, the food one next to where I wrote the food for each day, because I would have a day to a page. But I really wanted to move away from the day to the page. I felt like I was wasting a lot of space, and I really wasn't writing a ton anyway, and I am writing in my proper journal as well, so I didn't want to, you know, feel like I was writing just all the time. So I really think this will be much better for me. It won't be the same deco as I was used to, but that's okay. Things need to evolve. So I will see how we go. So stay tuned. I'll do a video in January to see how it's gone so far, maybe even a setup for February as well. So yeah, I will hopefully be able to share with you how this is working for me. Let me know what you think. I'd really like to hear if you do something similar. I know a lot of people have been using the weeks for a wellness journal. A lot of people do this kind of tracking in their weeks as well, which is good. I'll probably use dot pens most likely for this, or otherwise mild liners. I haven't quite decided. I'm really in love with the gentle coloured mild liners, so I've got all those. And I've got everything in a Delphonics pouch, which I'll also take you through at some point in the near future as well, because I think it's a pretty cute little setup. Okay guys, that's it from me. I think I'm done. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I certainly always enjoy setting up planners. They make me happy, and the process makes me happy, deciding what to put in here and looking at all the cute stickers and things. It's just pleasant, you know, and if it motivates you to actually do the work, then all the better, hey? Alright, thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you all again super soon. Thanks guys, bye!